Winter has officially come, and many people use this time to knock out goals one by one that they possibly didn't accomplish throughout the year, or that they always want to accomplish. And I think you should too. Now, since we're heading into winter, we should at least use this opportunity, this like winter arc opportunity, to knock goals that we had probably as even our New Year's resolution, and make sure that by the end of the year, or at least by the end of the winter, we accomplish it. Welcome to my official winter arc guide. First thing I want you guys to do is set a goal. Set a goal that you want to achieve by the end of the winter arc, or by the end of the winter. But don't just stop there. I want you guys to take into consideration what that goal is. And based off of what that goal is, try and have like mini goals that stack up to hit the big one. For example, like I'm going to use working out or building muscle, for example. Like you want to add 12 pounds of muscle, and you have 6 weeks. Your goal would be to add 2 pounds of muscle every week, so that you could add those little goals up to make it to the big goal of 12 pounds of muscle. And that's something that many people don't do. So they would set like a high goal or whatever, and not have like mini goals to work up towards it. And then they'll just like kind of try their best, kind of not, on and off, and until the end of the period happens, and like they look back and they realize that they really haven't made any much progress. But I don't want that to be you guys. So make sure not to just set a big goal, but also to set smaller goals, weekly goals, to eventually add up to the goal you want. Next is what your goals should be about. You want to have goals that prioritize your health, gym, religion, your relationship with God, discipline habits, to get even your mental state right, and even stuff such as like education and learning and business, all of that. Those are the type of goals that you want on this arc that will help you advance in almost just about every aspect of your life. Because if you think about it, you focus on like your mental health, like your mindset, that alone will change so many aspects of your life. So yeah, these are the type of goals that you want, or even all of the goals that I just mentioned. I would try my best to have as many of them as like different goals in the process of my winter arc. Next, I want to talk about having a daily routine. Now, the reason why I also included this is because it's almost just as important of having like your weekly goals, because there's still an area left where it could be like, oh, I'm supposed to hit 2 pounds of muscle a week. Let me try and hit it. And sometimes that even might not work out. So I also want to include a daily routine, something that you do daily. Well, a series of things that you do daily that will help you reach your weekly goal and eventually the goal at the end of your winter arc. And I think that in your daily routine, you should include a section of hard task, a section of medium task, and a section of light task. And I'll talk to you guys about that in a bit. The point I want to really drive across here is have a daily schedule, a daily routine that you do that will help you stay on track, and something that's reasonable. Now, this is going to be very crucial, especially for discipline and a disciplined mindset. And that is giving yourself a task or something that you wouldn't prefer doing or wouldn't like doing, giving yourself that to do. For example, for me is I throw this in, especially at the beginning of your days, which I'm going to tell you how to organize that later. But the thing that I throw in at the beginning of my days is cold showers because, well, it helps with like benefits such as recovery and stuff. Like I'm sure most of you guys have heard it already. But cold showers is like something that you especially don't want to do. It's like you don't feel like doing. It's something that you don't feel like doing, especially in the winter month, because you wake up and it's like cold outside. It's like freezing. You can feel like coldness, and especially right after you get up, you're like, oh man, it's so cold. It's so cold, and you still gotta go in a cold shower. But it adds a whole nother level to the discipline aspect, and if you could strive to do that, it's gonna make other tasks throughout the day easy. And there's so many other benefits and stuff that I can't even explain right now, but just make sure that when you're doing it, that you guys try and do it around before a workout rather than after, because of course, it could affect gains if you do it like I believe it was about 5 hours after a workout. So you don't want to do something like a cold shower right after a workout. Try and aim for it like before and stuff like that. And the dopamine hit, it will be worth it while you're working out and whatnot. Now, this is one that you guys probably have heard of and probably haven't implemented, and I hope you have implemented these. But if you haven't, it's winter and now is the time to do it. And it is frog task. And the reason why I said starting off your day with hard task, medium task, and light task is because of the very reason why other people would say to start your day with the frog task, which is basically what the frog task is like if you had a plate of good food, a food that you really like, and you had a frog, and you knew you had to eat both. Like, there was no option out of it. You would have to eat both. You'd have to eat the plate of food that you really like and the frog. Well, let me ask you the question. What would you eat first? Now, if you're like me, and I'm pretty sure you are if you're watching this video, the one you would choose is the frog. And the reason why is because once you get rid of that, the other plate is so much more rewarding. While if you eat the other plate and then you'll have to eat the frog after, not only will you have the bitter taste in your mouth and stuff, you'll be anticipating the frog at the end of the meal while you're eating the plate of the food you like. Just by doing that alone, you're going to be like, man, you're not even going to really enjoy the plate of food that you're supposed to be enjoying. And another thing is, if you haven't tried this, go ahead and do it. Go lift some like heavy weights in the gym. Like, I'm saying, like, let's say you do 50-pound dumbbells. Like, try and do like a hammer curl or something on those, and then go to a weight that's like, I don't know, 15, and then try that. And the thing is, you'll feel that 15 pounds feeling way lighter, first of all, than it's supposed to feel. And then if you go even lighter to like a 2-pounder or something, you'll feel it like even lighter. It's kind of like that sensation that you feel when you lift and then you do like a lighter task of that variation, and you're like for instance, you're doing lateral raises and then you stop doing lateral raises, but you still do the same movement, and then it's like your arms feel like they're floating kind of, but it's kind of like the same thing. it makes those lighter weight or lighter tasks so much easier when you start by doing the hard tasks. And it will also help with like your procrastination and stuff like that. So what I want you guys to do is set your day in a way that the hardest tasks come first, going off into the lighter tasks as you go throughout your day. And trust me, your day is going to feel way much better. It's going to feel very productive as well. You'll feel like you accomplished way more. My last point is consistency. Now, there's a very likely probability that you'll make a mistake, make an error, or not hit a goal for maybe one of the weeks. Don't give up at that point. You want to come back and try and get back in the groove as quickly as possible. Even like with your hard task or even your daily schedule, maybe one day you might sleep in, you might mess up. And speaking from experience, I know this is very possible. But you want to have the mindset, I slip up. Now, what you want to do is you want to analyze where you've slipped up, why have you slipped up, or why did you fall off the tracks? Why did you derail? And figuring out that, keeping note of it, using that information as you go forward back on track to help you stay on track rather than fall or divert the same way again. So that's also an aspect I wanted to look about. Consistency. So make sure that no matter how hard it gets, or no matter if you feel a certain way, that you always come back on track and you always have your goals written down, noted down, so that you could always look back and make sure that you're accomplishing what you need to accomplish. And I promise you, if you do everything that I have just mentioned, by the end of this winter article, or even by the end of the year, your goals will be met and your life will be so much better. Thank you for watching. The success you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. See you next one.